Hello and welcome to the next to last episode of D.O.A.F.T, Dissection of a Fantasy Team. Elson. Such a boring name. Elson. But you better remember this name because he could possibly be your 2016 champion. Elson Championship. Russell Wilson? Tyrod Taylor? Dez Bryant? You just can't list the whole team. That's not how we're going to do this. Yes, I surely can. T.Y. Hilton? Keenan Allen?
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the Godfather speaks.
The next team we're going to look at is Mr. Elson. And Elson, I will say this right now. You could have the best team, but it's going to come down to two names. I'm going to go over those two names and why I think they're so essential. The first one is Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson, in the last 5 or 6 weeks of fantasy last year, became the premier or one of the premier quarterbacks. But people forget that the other 4 years and the first 10 weeks of last year, he's one of those guys that when you watch on TV is amazing, but in the fantasy box score, it never added up to being a premier quarterback. And so if we don't get that Russell Wilson, we get the guy we saw the first 4 years, he's going to be a stud for you. He might win a ton of games, but it's not going to show up on the points. So then we go to wide receiver. Same thing. T.Y. Hilton, I love him. Allen, I love him. And Dez Bryant, if he shows up, he's amazing. But you got two things working against you. One, he gets hurt all the time. And two, does he have a quarterback? Your running back core looks solid. David Johnson really came into his own at the end of the year for Arizona, but just remember, sometimes those guys look really awesome for 2 or 3 weeks or a month, and then they come back the next year and it's not clicking. I do think C.J. Anderson will look good for Denver, but the same thing. It's a quarterback situation. So this is what I would say. On paper, your team looks so good, but you are one of those teams where a third party can dictate your results. So you have that to worry about. But overall, I like what I see. And by the way, RG3 is going to be a sleeper for a much better year than people see coming.
David Johnson? C.J. Anderson?
Tyrod Taylor? I bet you like those 20 touchdowns and those 6 interceptions, don't you, from last year? Well, unfortunately, it's this year, and those stats will not be obtainable by Tyrod Taylor. He's 4'11". That's not an official stat. That is an estimation. But he will not make it healthy throughout the year. And then you also have RG3, who is a little bit bigger than Tyrod Taylor, but he's not as talented. Tyrod Taylor and RG3, that is why Elson is absolutely dreadful.
Kobe Fleener? John Brown? Receivers, the others, the running back, they're getting slow, don't you think? Okay, we're gonna mix Dissection the money. That's how good his team is. He's getting money. Do you want this money?
Sure.
No, you can't have it. Hey, come over here. Come over here. Get stand up. Stand up. No money for you. Say bye. Bye. Yahoo has it at 8-5. No, that is officially wrong. You heard it here first. I'm going to go with 10-3. Definitely on paper a division winner, and one left. And you know, the good thing about this is that I know that one of these videos is going to have the most views, and it's going to be this one. I guarantee it. I think, honestly, I can just picture him just showing it to his kids over and over. Look at how great they said it. Again, not a good impression of. No, I can't. I can't say the name. I can't say the name, and you know why I can't say the name. So we're gonna get through an entire next video without saying the name because we're not gonna hear the song. We're not gonna do it. RG3, Devontae Parker.